Hey, welcome back to Mirror Expressions, a channel where I take the time to share a little bit of myself with you all, and I invite y'all to come on in and do the same with me. I don't know about y'all, but these darn allergies are kicking my behind. Do you hear me? Baby, I'm just like, what is going on out there? Like, baby, it's something serious. It is something serious. I can't step outside. I can't roll the windows down. Like, oh, child. But anywho, I'm done ranting. Y'all go ahead, hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I don't know what you are waiting on. And let me know how you are doing. Do you hear me? Like, if you are okay, wait a minute. Because you know, if you have looked in that mirror, baby, yes, and you are feeling A1 with what you see looking back at you, y'all go ahead, drop me a mirror emoji in the chat. Let Kay know what's up, because look, y'all my family and I want to know how you're doing. As for me, I'm okay. Y'all see my mirror, even though I'm not dropping an emoji. But yeah, your girl is doing good. So anyway, let's get into it. Married at First Sight. This season is just not giving what's supposed to be given. We are episode 16, The Unbearable Truth. All right, so this is the couple's trip, retreat, or whatever. And so they go to good old Gatlinburg, which I love. Like, they used to be my little honeycomb hideout. I ain't gonna lie. Like, when I was in college, I went to undergrad at UT Knoxville. And so that's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. That and Atlanta. Those were my... Those were my spots. Just dip out. Neither one were very far. So, anyways, I digress because this is not about me. So, it's 9 days until decision day. Right. So, we just kind of get a montage of all the couples preparing for the couple retreat. You know, apparently they're going to be having some type of pageant with the guys being the contestants. So, we see Jasmine and Aries. She's hoping that they can leave better than whence they came. So I was just like, y'all tell me, did y'all peep this? Because not only does he have her driving, but he did not even carry her bags to the car. Like, did y'all peep that? And then, not only did he not carry her bags to the car, he went out the door first and did not hold the door for her as she walked out with her bags. Just straight trash. Like, where is the gentlemanness shit? Like, come on now. I'm gonna need you to come through with a little something, Aries, because they're right there. No, sir. I can't have it. So, anyways, he's joking, talking about he hopes that he didn't say them, or they, he said he hopes that he doesn't get a room next to Shaquille and Kirsten or Nicole and Chris, because he knows they be getting it in, basically. He don't want to hear their noises, basically, is what he was saying. Ha ha ha, not funny. Anyway, so along the trip, you know, the drive up there, which is probably for them like a 2.5, 3 hour drive at the most. So, Jasmine brought a little card game for them to play. It was called Icebreakers. Basically, you pull a card. On the card is a question. You take time to answer the question. It's a game to get to know each other better. I've played it before. Their questions seem to be kind of deep, but it is what it is. Nothing to see there. It wasn't worth repeating. Yada, yada, yada. So Nicole ends up, as they're driving up there, she brings up the residence situation after decision day, right? And so, honestly, I was like, I thought she had already agreed to go along with, what's his face? Chris's plan, right? Where they just live separately, even though they're still married or whatever. So But she said, she doesn't want to live separately. And I like that she is making her needs and her wants known in that situation. But I feel the time to do that was when he first called himself, bringing it up and just laying down law. Like, this is what it's going to be like. But anyway, she did not. So that's what she's doing now. So she said that she doesn't want to live separately, but she also speaks to how it's a struggle to find some place that would allow them to have 3 dogs. A lot of places just have a maximum dog limit. Like even in even if, say, for instance, they're not renting, like where my parents live, they live in this nice suburbia area, and they own their own home, but within the homeowners association, they're only allowed to have 2 house dogs. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I get it. It's a struggle to find somewhere to live, even especially I probably with them just renting too. So Chris's thing is that if they don't find anywhere, it's nothing to freak out about because they both still have their own places to go to. And I'm just like, now Chris, how you gonna tell somebody not to freak out? Yet, when y'all were about to move into the shared apartment, you had a whole conniption because you thought you were going to have to be apart from your dogs. Like you had a whole comma done. Like, what do you mean don't freak out? Like, how you gonna tell her not to freak out? But you freaked out. So it's okay for you, but not for her. Is that what I'm getting? Is that what I'm reading? Oh, child. If I was Nicole, I would have said exactly that. So it's okay for you to freak out and not be bit. But anyway, so Nicole gets her confessional and she said that, she's just trying to be proactive. Like, let's have the conversation on what needs to be done. Let's discuss budget. Let's start vetting places that would take all 3 dogs. And I get it because I'm a planner like that too. Like, if it has to be done, let's do it. Let's go ahead and address it so we can at least, like she said, be looking for places that will accommodate their needs. However, Chris, he's just being lackadaisical about the whole situation. And like, well, it's the weekend. There's nothing we can do about it till Monday. Yeah, there are. You can at least get on a Googler, start looking at places, and, that y'all at least want to check out, find out more information about. But yeah. So anyway, the couples, they're arriving, right? So Jasmine and Aries, they make it first. Everybody's just, they keep talking about this possibility of seeing bears. Like, we hear this all the way up until the point where they arrive to the cabin. Like, we hear this not from just them, but literally from all the couples. Like, everybody has mentioned it at some point, right? So Jasmine and Aries are overlooking the balcony, and so they bring up seeing the bears, and Aries tells Jasmine that if they see a bear, to get away from it, or to make it run away, she has to pull up her shirt and flash the bears to make herself look bigger. Talking about that's the way to scare them off, and that he got that piece of information from Clint. But bye. You just want to see that girl, right? So you want to see that girl titties and not her face. That's all that is, Aries. You trash, man. Gone out. So anyway, Clint and Gina arrive next. Clint, in his confessional, right, he's talking about how this will be the first time that he and Gina share a room. And then going along with sharing the room comes with a bed. Like, first time since like their wedding night and the honeymoon, right? So Shaquille and Kirsten show up next. Nicole and Chris, they get caught up in traffic. So Nicole clearly not in the best moods, and I'm thinking it's probably because of the conversation she attempted to have with Chris about their future residence, and he did not want to talk. So she's probably already upset about that. Now she's upset that they're stuck in traffic, and that when they get to the cabin, all the rooms will be chosen. So they're gonna be stuck with the worst room, right? So yeah, she's just pretty frustrated, but yeah. So when they make it to the cabin, she said all she really wants right now is some space and some quiet time, but she knows that the other couples will be expecting them to hang out. So she's going to just zip it and make the best of the situation. That's what you need to do, girl. Put them big girl drawers on and do what you gotta do. Hang out. Don't be the Debbie Downer in the room. And who knows? They may lift your spirits. You know what I'm saying? Which it does look like happened anyway. So they end up having the pageant, their first night there, right? So the men are off getting ready. The ladies are helping them. They are filling them with things to do, how to win, how to engage with your judges. So yeah. And then Jasmine, I think Eris said something about lotion. I think she was trying to help him. He was like, "No, but you can lotion my feet or something like that." But anyway, long story short, however it came about, this girl bent down and started lotioning this man's legs. Literally, while he was like in the bathroom area with just his foot stuck out of the door. Really? That's what Jasmine, get your butt up off that floor. Don't do that. Don't do that. Them ass ankles. Don't do that. Ridiculous. So, Gina done gave Clint a whole man bun, and I'm feeling the look. I actually kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? Not a high man bun. She had to pull back like that. I actually like the look. You know what I'm saying? Looking all sleek. All he needed was his little suit on. Oh, baby, y'all gonna find out what he had on a little later. So it's go time. Jasmine is the host, right? So the two things that are being judged on are their outfits and their stage questions, right? So Eric's old big head book comes out first. And as he's walking the runway, he gets to the judges, i.e. Kirsten, Nicole, and Gina. He hands them his cell phone and says and tells them that capture this moment and he'll airdrop the picture to them later. Say what now? Who said anybody wants a picture of you? Baby, if feeling himself was a picture, that would be it, baby. Shaquille, even Kirsten had to say he is feeling himself a little too much right now. Shaquille was up next. He comes out. He's doing his little 360 spin. Yeah. I don't know. Are y'all Facebook users? Have y'all seen I think they're called them Harris girls or something like that. Parents in London and then their auntie. And they are such the cutest little girls. But anyway, so it's Paris, London, and they got another little cousin, Rajela or something. Look, don't hold me to them names. I know it's Paris and London for sure. And anyways, so she liked to dress them up. And one thing she always say, okay, let me see y'all 360 spin. Baby, and then Paris be tearing that spin up. Anyways, That's what this reminded me of. Shaquille came out, did his little 360 spin. Oh, Chris was up next. This man, this man come out with a whole week like he's some 80s rock star, y'all. Last but not least was Clint, baby. He comes out with his man bun. He ain't got no shirt on, just all the chest hanging out with nothing but a leather jacket on and these big old winter boots and his baby. Clint was looking like a little soul. All discrimination. He go Kirsten talking about he looking like the god of all wood. Baby, Kirsten was into that thing. She was like, she was very pleased. Talking about he should have worn a suit, but she definitely likes what she sees. I bet you do, girl. Well, anyway, it's time for the questions now, right? So first up, if you were a marriage counselor, what would be your biggest piece of advice, right? So, Clint said, learn to love yourself and spread that love among everyone else. Shaq answered next. He said to focus on your own happiness. Y'all, the whole place went silent. Even the crickets shut up because they were outside and everybody stopped. Like, say, what now? Y'all, that's my baby. He trying to get in on the video. He probably trying to say, what's up, y'all? So anyway, you hear him hollering now. That's him. You know, he's nonverbal, so that's his way of talking. His happy noises. So anyways, yeah, so I mean, it was dead silence. And so he went on to elaborate that when you focus on yourself, you become your best self and you show up in your marriage and you bring your partner joy. Now, Shaquille, I just need you to help word that a little differently at the beginning. Anyway, Chris said, always be true to who you are. And Eric said to find out what turns your partner on and love her the way she needs to be loved. Well, we know that's not what you're doing for your wife. So you just talking BS. Question number 2. With the divorce rate in the U.S. being nearly 50%, if you were president, how would you fix this problem? First of all, is it really something for the president to fix? Is there something to be focused on at that level? I'm just saying, I don't think so. But anyway, Eric said he would turn the legal marrying age to 30 years old. Shaquille said give marriage counseling for free to all married couples. Chris said give every married couple some money to spend on their loved ones. So we just gonna pass out stipends, Chris, if somebody's married. I don't think so. Chris said he would have a penalty for divorce where you have to give everything to your spouse. Oh, child, there will be a bunch of loveless marriages. Sure, it would be no more like meeting somebody and be like, are you married? Because if they say yeah, it's just going to still be what it's going to be. You married? Okay, here go my number. Because, people will be in their marriage and not be happy or satisfied. Their marriages just for the sake of staying married and not losing things. Anyway, last question. Do you believe traditional marriage roles still hold up today? Shaquille said that he believes that those roles have switched in today's society. Chris said, well, the wife can go out and work. Like, why not? Clint said he thinks that they do, but just not like how they used to be. And Eric said, you have to find your own roles that work within your own marriage, basically. And I don't agree with him much, but I have to agree with you on that, Eric. Like, I think it's all dependent on different marriages and how you all want to make things work for y'all. But anyways, third runner up, Mr. Outrageous and Courageous, Clint. Clint was disappointed, y'all, that he got third runner up. Like this man was out here really taking it serious. These men. So Clint was just like, that's impressively disappointing. I love Clint and his catchphrases. And second runner up, Mr. Style and Swag goes to Shaquille. First runner up, Mr. Showstopper goes to Chris. And y'all, when they said that, Eric just went ballistic, like, because he knew he was the overall winner. And he was just like, can we at least say it? Like, when I tell you these men were serious, they were serious. So, yeah, Eric won overall Mr. Couples Retreat King. And they done gave this man a little crown that says king. They done had him a sash. Whew, baby, he was so excited. So it's after the pageant, right? It's after the pageant. And all the couples are in their respective rooms. So Kirsten and Shaquille are in their room and they're doing like a selfie video. And so Kirsten mentions how one of the guys made a good suggestion during the pageant. Now, all this on a little selfie video. How one of the guys made a good suggestion during the pageant about offering free marriage counseling to the couples. And she thought that was a good idea. Baby, Shaquille was like, that was me. Kirsten was like... Skip said, well, damn, you know, like, how you not gonna remember that your old husband said that, basically? Oh, my goodness. So, Jasmine and Aries, they're taking pics of him in his crown, baby. He is relishing in this moment and relishing and reveling. There you go, in this moment, like, baby, get my picture. He doing angles and I said, baby, he was stretched across the bed. You could tell him like nothing. And so, he said he is now known as PK, Pageant King, and he is not answering to anything else. Oh, goodness. He is hooked. He said he is hooked on the pageants of it all. So, we see Clint and Gina. They're getting ready for bed. And Clint said he's excited and nervous and anxious about sharing a bed with Gina because it only happened on their wedding night and honeymoon. But, you know, they end up making it work. It wasn't a big deal. Although, as much space as they had in between the two of them, they made that queen size bed look like it was a king size bed, baby. They did. So, the next morning, Shaquille is putting Kirsten on blast. You know, talking about her snoring. He was like, for somebody that said they did not sleep well last night, she was snoring her butt off. And so he plays this video recording of her snoring, baby. She was treacherous with it. She's like, that is not okay. That's some serious snoring. And baby, it was. Let me see what happened next. So, y'all, my foot going to sleep. Gotta move it around. Oh, let's see here. So over with Jasmine and Aries. Apparently, Jasmine, had told him that she wanted to meditate together that morning. It's something he normally does. And so he'd already went and meditated without her. He didn't want to be bothered. He said he forget. And she was just like, but I just told you this last night. He ain't forgetting nothing. He didn't want to be bothered. So he gets in his confessional and said that, he could tell her energy was off, but he's glad that she spoke up and said something. And so he could see her getting more comfortable doing that. But anyway, they end up going to meditate together like he did it a second go round since he messed up the first time. Chris, he's gonna set up this little scavenger hunt, I guess on their own little personal balcony, because it was all within 5 feet by 5 feet of space. And I'm just like, really? Like, okay. And the scavenger hunt didn't really lead. Like, once you found one clue, it didn't lead you to another clue or anything. It was just like, okay, go find the little notes I left for you, basically. That's all it was, because each note just had some affirmations, or you're beautiful, or I love you, that's all. That's pretty much all. It was nice and cute, sweet, and she loved it. That's all that matters. She did say that, she's starting to need this validation less and less. And I'm just like, I call BS on that, girl. I think you will have one foot in the grave and you will still be needing some serious validation from your mate. Like, yeah. Anyway, all of a sudden, we see the bears that everybody has been talking about. So apparently some food was left out on like one of the little porches. And honestly, I wanted the production do that purposely, because they know like this area is known for bears. It is. And if you leave something for them, they are going to come. So yeah, as much as these people were tired about bears, and it wasn't just no one person, it was just like everybody, I wondered that they set that up. But anyways, so we done heard about these bears. I hope we don't see bears. I'm gonna freak out if there are bears. Bears. And yeah, here they are. So we see Shaquille and Aries. They trying to video record themselves. They inside the door now doing a selfie video with the bears outside. Meanwhile, Clint trying to play with them. And he's like, I'm going to go open the door. Shaquille said, no, you are not. He put some bass in that voice real quick. Do you hear me? So, Clint ends up going out, like now this is the thing, y'all. This is the thing. Like, I'm a very adventurous person. I really am. Like, I've jumped from a plane before. I have hung off a side of a building before, like the tallest building in Vegas. I have swam with the crocodile. I'm not the crocodiles, but I have swam with sharks in Mexico. Like, I'm adventurous, right? But I do not think I would be taking my black tail outside to play with some doggone wild bears on their turf. It ain't happening. It is not happening. So he does this confessional. Clint does, right? Because he outside with the bears, walking around trying to. I think he just wanted to prove he wasn't scared. He'll walk around with them, baby. So he gets in his confessional and he starts talking like the crocodile hunter guy. The one that passed away a few years ago from a stingray bite, right? And so he talking about how he just wants to play, that they're really docile animals. If you respect them, they will respect you. Okay, Clint, I'm gonna let you have that one, brother. I'm gonna let you have that one. Anyway, each couple they kind of go out, do their own thing. Shaquille and Kirsten they go snowboarding. It's the inside snowboarding place. I'm thinking that must be fairly new, like within the past few years, several years or so. Anyways, they seem to have a good time, and of course, they end up talking at some point about the relationship, the decision day, and so Shaquille asked her how she's feeling about decision day, and Kirsten was pretty much like, I don't know because we haven't been communicating. We still have communication problems, and it's taking a toll on me emotionally. It's making me feel defeated. So it has me wondering if this is something that we want to build upon. That was pretty much what she had to say about that. On the other hand, Shaquille was just like he felt their communication had been growing. And so when he hears the opposite from her, it makes him feel like, what the damn. So he said at the end of the day, he just wants the both of them to be happy. Clint and Gina, they go do like this outside roller coaster thing. Super fun. I have done that before. Um, they had a good time, you know what I'm saying. Clint just seems like a lot of fun actually. He really had to grow on me. At first I was not feeling Clint, but yeah, he seems like if you want to go have a good time, he's the guy, you know what I'm saying. So um now in a relationship I don't know, but as a friend, yeah, he's a fun guy. So they kind of go and talk. I think they went to this moonshine bar. Baby, this sticks out because I don't know if y'all noticed, but their waiter, he tried to get his up 15 minutes, baby. He was just lingering around and not doing nothing. It's like, but he wanted to be in that camera though. He was like, I'm gonna get my camera sign. He was just standing there, not doing nothing, not taking their order. Gina and Clint were trying to talk like, dude, why are you still here? Oh shit. Anyway, Gina tells Gina tells Clint that she really does enjoy him, and so they both agree that they can see why the experts smashed them, and they don't want to give up on things yet. Now, Eris and Jasmine, they end up doing rock climbing, or it's like a place that has like the trampolines, rock climbing. So they do the rock climbing wall first, and they kind of race each other. They do one where one can be on one side and one is on the other side, and see who reaches the top first. Right? Jasmine beat him. Then they do like the trampoline part. Where they just jump around for a while, whatever. So I will say this now: they actually look like they were having fun together. This is probably the only time I've really seen that, like where they genuinely just look like they were having fun together. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was cool to see, although I still don't think he's right for her. But anyway, it was cool to see that. You know what I'm saying? So they end up talking, and he's not looking her in her eyes again. Like he really acts like it's something wrong with her. Like, why you can't look at this lady? And you don't have a problem with looking people in the eyes because we've seen you do it before to other people. So why not do that with your wife? But anyway, I digress. So he asks her if she could tell that he is trying, even though he had dropped the ball this morning with the whole meditation thing. And so he asked her that, right? And Jasmine, she was pretty much like that she could see it, she could tell, and that she wishes that he would stay off his phone more because he's on it all the time, and she wants the two of them to talk more instead, and she also wants him to be more present. Like, get out the phone, let's spend this time together. You know what I'm saying? So he said he can work on those things. but he also wants her to speak up. Like if she sees him on his phone, he wants her to be like, put your phone down. You know what I'm saying? And so Jasmine in her confessional said that the things that Eris told her that she needs to work on or are things that she also had a problem with in her past relationships. So she knows that she needs to be working on those things. And that's mainly just speaking up versus letting things go, sweeping it under the rug, but just, going ahead and dealing with stuff head on versus letting it simmer. So we see the guys preparing dinner for the ladies, right? Clint, he's taking the lead in the kitchen. I would trust him because, baby, the way them catfish po' boys were looking, like my mouth is still watering for one. Clint, hit your girl up, okay? Oh, why is that a thing? But anyway, hit your girl up, Clint. I'm just saying. And so, he taking the lead on the kid in the kitchen, but also in the conversation. So he asked the fellas, like, what's up? What's up with y'all sex life? What's happening? Who getting it in right now? So Eric was just like, I ain't got nothing to say. Like, Eris, we glad you don't either. Leave that woman alone. So, Chris said, of course, they got it in last night, the previous night. Skills like, yeah, we just want to keep things private now between the two of us. I'm just like, sounds like it was a one-time thing. I'm sorry. It does though. Like, it just even the way he was talking, it was just talking about he want to keep it private. He ain't getting none last night. Like, and then he keeps saying stuff like, well, it happened. So he said it happened versus like it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, he keeps speaking on it in past tense versus present tense. And then he's speaking singularly, like it versus it's. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the way he's talking, it only went down for the one time, and so for there to not be any embarrassment about it, they done decided they're gonna keep it to themselves. That's what's really going down. The ladies are talking as well, so Nicole is kind of prompting everybody. How's your day? How things going? Gina said her day was good. Nicole wants to specifically know, like, well, what's up with you and Clint? And Gina said, that I really like him as a person. And so the things that Dr. Pepper told us to focus on, I like having a deep friendship. So that's what we're working on. Over with the fellas, Clint said that, now my baby is singing to you all. So over with the fellas, yeah, Clint, he's just saying that him and Gina are taking it day by day and that they're growing daily. Eric said, he's trying to put in the work, like he doesn't want to have any regrets at the end of this experiment. And so he said if he had already knew his answer 100%, he would have been gone. So we already know what you leaning toward. Because if you knew that 100%, you would have been gone, that means 100% being gone is that you 100% don't want to be with her. So we already know this what you leaning toward. Jasmine said that she and Eris discussed about communicating better and her speaking up more and that they're in a better place. So, Eris was just saying for him, he still needs a spark or some type of aha moment, to get him to say yes on decision day. Clint said that that's the best they can do in their scenario because they are definitely in a different situation than the others. Now, what he was trying to say about that is that he feels that him and Aries are with partners that they don't really know or they're not being really intimate with. Like, they're just not clicking. Versus Chris and Shaquille, who are with partners that they're clicking with, they've had sex with, they're sharing intimacy with. So he trying to say that, yeah, pretty much that he and Eris are in the same boat that way. So Shaquille goes on to say, that physical attraction is there, but it took some time. Like, she had her guard up for so long, but it hit her all at once, and now she wants to receive him. And for him, he's like, dang, you could have been doing this all along, and we could have been further along in our relationship than Chris and Nicole. And I said, see, that's your problem right there. You're trying to measure up to another couple. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, don't compare yourself. Don't compare your relationship to somebody else's relationship. Just like when you were telling her, when she was telling you to buy that house and that car, and you were telling her, well, and she said, well, she know other husbands that do that for them wives, and you said, well, do you want to go be with them husbands? Like, you keep that same energy. Like, don't compare your relationships to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to go be in their relationship then? Like, come on now. But anyway, Gina asked Kirsten, like, what's her percentage on saying yes for decision day, right? Kirsten said, she didn't give a real true answer. We all know how she do. But she said she's kind of in the middle of the road. Like, she feels that they are still having communication issues. And so over on the other side, Shaquille is bringing up that Kirsten still that he still hasn't met Kirsten's family. And he's tired of asking about it. You know what I'm saying? Because for him, he said he's a big family guy. Family's a big part of him. Kirsten knows that. And yet, like, there's really no communication with her mom, he said. And at this point, he still hasn't met the dad, period, point in the blank. So, it's dinner time. They're all celebrating Nicole and Clint's birthdays well. So, Clint asked the group, like, what do they need from their significant others before decision day? Eric said that his wife needs to continue to work on her communication, as if he doesn't as well. Eric, she is not the only one. You need to work on that as well. And that he needs her to work on that he himself needs to work on creating a safe space for her, like a safe place for her to open up to. So he goes on to this little soliloquy, talking about how he recognizes her efforts in putting up with his shenanigans, basically, even when he knows it was tough. Like, she was there, she did it, she got through it, and he wants to just acknowledge her for all of that, basically. Y'all, why she started tearing up? I think she needed to hear that, but for me, it was just like, I don't know, like, it wasn't hitting right for me. I can't quite put my finger on it, but yeah, it wasn't hitting right. Like, it was nice and all, I guess, but honey, like, I don't know. Like, don't save your tears, baby. Like, I wouldn't have cried. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, Kirsten said that communication continues to be a struggle for them. And she said that she definitely needs more grace and consistency. Chris brings up how Nicole always needs that validation, and how that makes him feel like what he's doing is wrong. Like, is he not doing enough? Like, is that why she constantly needs this validation? And Chris, I can tell you, it is not about you, baby. It's about her. That's about her. That's something she needs to work out. It's not you. Gina said that they have listened to the experts, but that they are still stuck in the friend zone. And Clint says that they are trying to light the fire pretty much by any means necessary. He was like, they doing some kindling, they doing everything but rubbing two sticks together. Like he said, by any means, they are just trying to have some type of spark. And when he said that, Gina was just like, well, when it begins to feel forced, it becomes unattractive. I said, okay, so they ain't on one accord right there. But anyway, She also said that she didn't sign up to be married to a friend. She has plenty of friends. She wants a husband, and it got to be an awkward silence then. So I don't really know what Gina wants at this point or where she stands. Like Clint seems open to try anything to see if it will spark something before he just gives up entirely. But Nicole, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where she's at. Aries, he's leaving early for a work event, so um Jasmine is staying behind. And so as he's packing up, she said that what he said at dinner really meant a lot to her because it made her feel seen. And so now she's really longing for him to be there. She wishes that he would not go, that he could stay. Because she feels like that was real progress and like a breakthrough for them. And I'm like, girl, no, it was not. No. Anyways, Nicole ends up telling Chris that she's really proud of Aries for what he said to Jasmine. And she said that there was some definite growth. Nicole is the third expert. She's taking Dr. Viviana's place. And so they're having this 80s party to celebrate, the birthdays of it all. And so we see everybody getting dressed. And again, like I said, they're celebrating on Nicole and Clint's birthday. And I mean, they are getting decked out. Like they are dressing to the gods. Kirsten tells Shaquille that he looks like a hippie. And I said, he does, baby, because Shaquille, you in the wrong decade, boo. Like, you are dressed for the 70s. Like, what are you doing? You are definitely just dressed for the 70s and not the 80s. He got this little afro with the little bandana wrapped up. Baby, nah, you doing the most. But I love Clint's outfit. Like, he was like punk rockish. He came in, he had the eyeliner, like, Clint went all out. Do you hear me? So, yeah, Clint definitely knows how to have a good time. We just kind of see them partying. This is kind of when the episode ends right there. Jasmine said she was kind of feeling like the seventh wheel because her husband was not there. So she was like, I'm just going to be the drink pourer. But yeah, we just see them have a good time, and that was pretty much the end of the episode. So let me know what y'all think. What are you all's thoughts leading up to this decision day? Let's talk about it down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Please hit it for me. Let's throw this video out into the algorithm. Let me know how you're doing by dropping me a mirror emoji if you're good. And then let's just get in the comments and talk about some things. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got. I'll pray for you all. Y'all, please pray for me. And what? We gonna watch God continue to change things. Peace out, y'all.